Good morning, everyone. How you doing today? There we go. I got my tea, my matcha tea, and I'm ready to go. I'm kind of leaning more and more towards redoing the hair, honestly. I could do that for today. As soon as I find my glove. There we go. But I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Welcome on in. I'm still working on Falin. Chimera Falin. Big fat tacos, so big. Love this song. Yeah, I definitely think I'm one to redo the hair because this doesn't feel right to me. I won't delete this one because I obviously, put in a lot of work on this one. And if I end up not liking what I make for the new hair, then I'll just revert back to this. But I definitely do think that I want to fix that up. Mostly because I don't know, it seems off. The tablet's not working. 1 second. Glad I restarted my computer. Yawn. I gotta actually turn on the tablet. There we go. The app. Okay. I think it's focused on the wings right now. Yeah. Okay. I also need to finish up I know what I'm gonna do for the tail because I did a little bit more digging, and we rewatched like the episode and everything like that to try to get a better idea. And there are multiple versions of how people do the tail. Well, not how people do the tail, but how the tail is iterated, whatever, between the manga and the anime. But I also think it's because like there's a little bit of inconsistencies between things, so it's really just whatever I think might look best. this tail. I'm thinking about going probably the same kind of route that I did with the legs, but along the backs. So something along those lines like that. 31. Keep it consistent. It doesn't matter if it's like off by a little bit. It have to be perfect. And I'm just kind of just marking where I want the initial lines. There we go. And so whenever I solo this, I'll know where to start and I won't, like, you know, go too far in. I think I'll pretty much and just do the same thing that I kind of did with the might be too strong. Okay, maybe a 20. 15. This is also Dynamesh 2A. I think if I yeah, it's a lot better. And then I'll just switch between a low intensity dam standard sort of like that. Probably wouldn't be too bad to add like a lazy mouse. That way a little bit more. Yeah, I think that's fine right there. And then I'll just repeat that along the end. And that should come out fine. Like a single layer here. think it might be too. Oh. Bro, this is at 200. How big is this model? And why is it doing that now? Oh well. I think it'll kind of blend. Yeah, that's fine. Kind of making it like a almost like a shell in a way, but we know it's armor. But you know, armor, shell, same thing. Really think about it. I think if I would have subdivided this first, well, not subdivided, but reduced it and then use subdivisions instead, would probably be a lot better too. But I'm just gonna take the normal route that I normally do and just go for the sculpting the details and everything like that, then make it into a low poly and then project the details back on and raise the poly count back up through subdivisions and then fix anything from there. And see where it goes. There we go. And I still got to, once I finish the dragons portion, still gotta go in and fix the human portion too. That's not complete for sure. Oh yeah, that's it. kind of like how I made that little unintentional dip or curve right here. I'm kind of gonna repeat that across the board. And just yeah, I'll just keep trying to recreate that across the board like that. You know, I could just increase the intensity a bit. Maybe go for the 17. No, then it becomes too strong. I had a 13, maybe 14. Yeah, 14's not bad. Yeah, that's getting there. And kind of just doing the same process all the way through. Might be 2. There we go. Why is it? There we go. So used to the pausing of the when it auto saves. There's a new gacha game coming out pretty soon that I'm looking forward to. Called Weather and Waves. It's gonna be coming out in like 2 or 3 days. I'll be playing it offline mostly, but I think I might do some sculpts of the characters from there too. I do kind of like a lot of the characters in Wuthering Waves so far. I have like a list of characters I want to do, honestly. But I'll probably do the other ones after I finish the ones that I want to do from Wuthering Waves. It'll be a while before I get to that, because I'm trying not to start multiple projects at once. Oops. Because every time I do that, I end up like messing up my current project. Well, not really messing up, I just kind of want to finish the one that I was working on previously faster than before, so that way I can get into completing the other ones. You know, the excitement. And then the project ends up getting dropped or whatever. I don't want to kind of break that habit, you know. I still want to do a near one. I have like 0 that I've been working on, and that was like last year, and it's just been sitting there. Zero from Drakengard. The amount of new music that I listen to on the regular. You know what song I want to listen to right now? Let's see if I can find it. I'm gonna add it to the queue. I think this one might be it. I won't know until it plays, I'm gonna be honest. There we go. It's add to the list. It's from another game. Y'all see in a minute. It was a banger back when it came out. I think once I finish this tail, I'm gonna lower it. I need to do that for the other stuff too, so I'll probably do that with the rest of the stuff too, just to make sure. So I think let me check. That's, yeah. Kelly did it with the bottom leg so far. You haven't gone through all this stuff yet. I just did it with these, made it lower. Song was a banger. Pokemon Sword and Shield. And you're like, oh shit, the song's going, but the best part hasn't even came yet. I think I might do a pinch too. Then I kind of have to do the same thing over on the top side of the body, or it just won't look right unless I do that. Because we got a theme that's going here, so it's gotta be like the same across, uniform across. It just seem weird. Song actually just popped up on my For You page this morning when I was scrolling through TikTok. I do wake up pretty early. I just don't start streaming until like late. I wake up around like 7, between like 7 and 8:40ish at latest. I don't use alarm clocks, I just wing it. When the crowd gets involved. Heard they're bringing back Mega Evolution, so I'll probably get the newest Pokemon when it drops. I like the Mega Evolutions. I wasn't a fan of the Terra. Maybe they'll release another banger. I know why it's doing that, but I don't want to. Maybe a little bit. See if it lets me. Yeah, it does. Sometimes when you go too high, too fast, it doesn't let you put in the details that you want as much as you want. So usually it's good to start off low and then kind of work your way up from there. I didn't want to go too high up too fast, but we're getting into this smaller part of the tail, so it's starting to get harder to mess with without it deforming the entire tail, you know? And I might as well go back and clean up the other part since it's higher now. I saw the remind me of, since we're back on Final Fantasy 14 with the song, I saw that the they released the title screen for Dawn Trail. And it's a flash banger. Definitely gonna go blind playing that game at 2 in the morning. Well, loading up the game at 2 in the morning. This is like solar flares you. Titan. Titan. Little smoothness here, kind of just that. Got kind of discovered something here. I think I'm cooking. Kind of adds more definition to it a little bit, you know? And it's not a line that goes all the way across. It's smooth. Tighten. Don't want it to be too sharp. Maybe I do. Might have to rain. There's a little dip here, so I'm gonna straighten that out a little bit. Yeah, add in that one little stroke right there, kind of helps bring it out a little bit more. Once I get into cleanup, it'll look loads better. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. I need to watch the newest episode of Dungeon Meshi today. I hear it's a banger. just like that. Okay, I'm gonna make sure. Let me kind of like there we go. And then I'll take this, a little marker right there. We'll go to geometry, and I'll zero mesh it. I think it's a good start. 0.4, around 0.4, 0.5. See where it goes. See where it goes from there. Subdivide it. Yeah, it's fine. And I'll save. Okay, so the polish should work. Okay. Like right there. Kind of doing the same as before, where I'm marking it. This one looks like it's only gonna be like a space for like 2 at most, so let's mark right there. The light little mark. There we go. That way I know. So just these two. Probably start in the front and make my way back, not the opposite, because then I think that'll mess with things. I don't know how I did that, but okay. How did the I think it's because of the maybe not. No, this thing's fine. It was just me. It was a me thing. Yeah, okay. I don't wanna. A little too strong right there, that's all. I'll be able to decrease a little bit. Debating on how I want this to look exactly. Let me. Yeah, wouldn't even matter. Actually, I need it to go like that, and upwards, and then right there. There we go. That's where it needs to go. this one would actually favor. And add a yeah. Like that would be fine. Thing is, once I close it, obviously it's gonna kind of mess with this portion right here. I'll adjust it when I get there. My leg itched for a second. There we go. Okay. That's kind of for the harder part. I'm thinking I'm gonna do this. I think what I'll do I can either like remesh this and then figure out what I'm gonna do for there, or I can break it up into parts. Because there'd be that part and that part. It should be different little sectors here. Let me see. Let's look at the okay, so be initial bone here. right there. And that kind of breaks up to about right there. And that'll be like the 3 parts. With this one being more here. Oops. Hey. Think that. Yeah, like that kind of outline. And what I can do for that is, because I'm thinking about future, the things I have to do in the future with this. And if I split it into those 3 different parts, it'll be 1, 2, 3. It'll make it easier for when I pose it, and then I'll be able to pose it and then meld it all together, compared to having it all melded together and then trying to pose it that way. It'll probably be better to break it off into 3 different parts, so that way it'll just be easier. I think that's the route I'll go. Probably about 3 or 4 different parts for this portion alone, this top portion. There'll be 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Yeah. And then this part would be 3 parts too. Yeah, like the part right here. And that'll be the 3 parts. Yeah. Seems pretty solid. I'll keep this here, so I have a general outline. And kind of go from there. Yeah. Okay. I think that's the plan. Right there. Doesn't have to be 1 for 1. Just the No, shape is fine. I think there is fine. There we go. Yeah, having those in separate parts would make it easier to move it, because then I can just move that part up, that part kind of angle, and kind of pose it how I want whenever I get to that portion, and then adjust from there. And it makes the task seem a little less daunting, I guess, when you break it up into parts. And I'm making sure that I make damn, okay. Oop. Like that. I think I kind of this needs to I'll be able to adjust it more using the move tool. Yeah, just use the move tool. I think it's because I've been moving around so much that it kind of just messed up. There we go. And it kind of makes it easier for a bit. Oh. There we go. Each one's his own separate part. And then I'll insert Another piece here. Actually, I think I might do, instead of a sphere, yeah, it'll be about this. We'll delete this. I wonder if I can. I'm gonna try doing something. Think smarter, not harder, you know? This part is pretty much the same. So, what happened if I just take this? Wonder if it. What I'll do, I'll duplicate, Control W. And we'll take this part because it is pretty much the same. I'll adjust it and all that stuff, but obviously I'll need some scaling and whatnot. Oh, duh. I was like, why is it not working? And that would be kind of like right there. Okay. that the wings folder. Okay. Still getting general shape. That this would be mostly like the bone and muscle portion. And then there'd be the feathered, like there'd be feathers on here, but the bigger feathers, you know, like a lot longer, would be shooting out from right here. And the smaller portion, and then about medium-ish, and then longer. Yeah, like area like that. Okay. Kind of do the same. Having the body here kind of helps with everything. La 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 la. La la la. Let me get rid of all color real quick. I can see. Got a general. Like that. Might have to do this one instead. Like right there. A bit less brown, more like that. There we go. I think it's kind of come along to where I want it to. Yeah, like that. The portion where it kind of like that, and then it goes out or like that. So there we go. And that should do. And then once I start getting into detail and be more on the edges like that, or it'll split right here, and there'll be a row kind of right there. There'll be another row right there, and they'll split like that. A row, then a single split right there. That'll be the parts. And right here, like a row right there, which will come out a little bit more. That'll pretty much be how that one goes. I made the markings for how the feathers will go. You'll have feathers split in rows. These will be overlapping these, and then this one will come out, but it's being overlapped by that row right here. And that should kind of do what I'm looking for. Now the real question is, would the feathers that I made already work? I think they will. There's something going on over here. I see. I didn't have symmetry on. There we go. Now symmetry is on. And now the wings are starting to look a lot better. With the initial block out of how the wings are gonna go, I can see it. Looks good. Oop. Rounder right there. Right here. Rounder. Here doesn't really have much. Yeah. That. Save. Debating on how I want, because I know how I want this part. I'm debating how I want to do this part. I think I'll probably just sculpt it and then maybe throw a feather to random spot just to make it like maybe along the edges here. I'll put the feathers so that way you can kind of see more of the muscle definition of the wings right here. You can see it in the images and everything like that too. I don't want to just cover it with feathers, but I might be able to actually do that anyway, because this part you can kind of tell that they're split with the you can kind of see the actually I might be able to, you can see the muscle split with the feathers even on here. I just have to obviously put the feathers in different spots. Maybe. I was able to define the muscles with the feathers on the leg here. So I'll be able to do it here too, in theory. Tempting. In the theory. I might do that. I think that's like the biggest thing anyone can do art, to be honest, but it's a next step for a problem. It's mostly problem solving. Once you get things down, then it's mostly thinking to yourself and trying to solve a problem here and how you're gonna do it. Would be, let's see. The problem would be, how close is it to the object? What's the distance? It's still good, right? Depth. It's at a 10. I think I originally wanted it at a 0. Yeah, 0's like directly on it. In that way. I know for that's a little too big. Bum 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 bum. It's a feather brush that I made a while back. I made the feather brush for this project. And for another project, which I do want to do a 2B. Which is where this song's from. This song's a bop. Honestly, I think this might be the way. At first I was just doing this just a test to see what it looks like, but I think this test might actually be what I stick with. Raise this up a little bit, like there. Oop. Because it's kind of doing what I want it to do, honestly. It's looking how I want it to look. Yeah. Wrong one. Every time that song comes on, it always gets me. It gets my head bopping on that one. Like that's the banger. It's hard not to bang, like bob your head to that song. Okay. I think I'll do. So I forgot to change the polygroups for each one, but that's easy. Should be easy. I say it's easy, and then I do something that makes it not easy. We'll see. Auto groups. Okay. Do the thing. Auto groups. Yep, it worked. Cool. Easy. That's not good. Did it get twisted because of the... Let me see. Oh no, it was just always like that. It was fine when I initially made it. At least I thought it was. Apparently not. That's gonna... And that's for all these too. I'm pretty sure. Yep, it is. It's not bad. Damn. Okay. Kind of noticed it more when it was larger. I wonder how much of a problem that's gonna be. Maybe not so much when I let's see, maybe, I don't know, keep groups. I want to see something. It did meld that together. Maybe it can still be safe. What I'll do is split it from like, we'll keep the feathers together, but the portion that I'm using to place the feathers on, I'm probably gonna end up deleting that or just hiding it anyway, so that way you only see the feathers. Yeah. I'm also thinking when I do the under portion, you'll see the bottom of the feathers, which is what we want. 'Cause I was like, where's it like that? Let me see. Let me actually... No. Let me look at something real quick. Oh, it is? Okay. I'm not just tripping. Yeah, I'm not just tripping. Okay. I need that. That pictures of like a feathered dragon's wing, but I was like, let me look at an actual bird's wing real quick. instead of a dragon's a mythical creature, the wings will be pretty much the same as the birds in this case. So I'm grabbing some reference images of a bird's wing. There you go. Easy. Easy fix. The main question that I had was on the bottom portion. Is it do you see the bottom of the feather, or is it just the top of the feather again? And in this case, it'll be the top of the feather again until you get to the secondaries on the ends here, where it'll just be the feather itself, and you can see the bottom, and then obviously at the top. So pretty much this top half flipped on this bottom half, and then this portion right here, there's no flip, it's just straight feather. Cool. Why is it? Okay. This probably should be on a separate from itself, so I'll go ahead and split. This. There you go. I see. Nice. Nice work. But I like. Working in halves, honestly, without worrying about symmetry, and then hitting a duplicate once I'm done. I could have just ignored it and kept going, but that would have bothered me. It was weird that symmetry even turned off in the first place, but whatever. Won't worry about the other half. Okay. Right there, like that. Which... Okay, had to make sure I was in the right layer here. Yeah, like that. Rum-pum-pum-pum-pum. Yep. Into that. Auto group. Hmm. Yep, there we go. Oh. And then split by mask. Let's see how that looks without. Yeah, that'll be fine. Just gotta take this portion, maybe duplicate it for now. What's going on here? Where the arrow go? That's not normal. That's not normal at all. I didn't break it, did I? Let me see. Means there for that. Makes this one so special that it doesn't get a little odd. I mean, I could just see if I reset current brush. If it doesn't, nope, doesn't do anything. I will maybe restart in my. I'll save. And then I'll just restart. Not my computer, but restart ZBrush, see what it does. If it still has a thing. I don't know what I did to do that. And if it's still there, then we hit the old Googles. We type in 3D gizmo not showing arrows. And maybe that will pop up. Because usually if you run into a problem, there's a chance that someone else had the same problem and they asked the very same question you're about to ask. Yeah. Still not there. Okay. Time to hit the old Googles. Yep, missing arrows. Let's see what this is about. Preferences. That didn't work either. You're like, you could always try make polymesh 3D, then append the subtool back. There's no one that really knows how to, other than reset Gizmo. No one has solved the issue so far. That is strange. And it's just these set of feathers. Everything else has the 3D gizmo properly, so yeah. Yeah, it's just those sets. Wait. Oh. I think I fixed it. Okay. Yeah, I fixed it. It just randomly fixed itself. I just hit reset orientation and it just fixed. Okay. I mean, if it works, it works. I don't know if it's... I tried doing that earlier and that wasn't working. That wouldn't work either way. I would have to remake the yeah, I just have to make them. All right, problem somewhat solved. Now I got a new 3D gizmo because I was messing around with it. I'm not even mad about this new one. Shows the access, the names of the accesses. Be like that. Obviously, I'll I'll probably do. Do I want it that thick? In their half, I probably. Right there is fine. That's called wing ref. I want to kind of separate these sections and name them so I'm not clicking through. I do notice that there's a section that's not really in the proper spot. This right here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, wing talon. Yeah, what? I don't even know what I'll call these portions. I mean, there's a correct name, but I wouldn't even remember that. See what they have, the sections. This is kind of the same as what you was. So this would be wing, shoulder, wing, elbow, and it's technically like wing, wrist. I'll let that for now. One second. Yeah. Yeah, it's like the easiest. I can get a little bit more technical with the naming, but as long as I know what it is, it's fine. Oof. Stomach said, not today. Holy shit, that hurts. Yeah, just name it that for now. World War One. Yeah, that'll do it for now. I don't know what this is now. I can tell separately. Bottom half I'll put as, actually this should be, I'll make this 3. And And that'll be the naming convention I go with for the wings. So wing, elbow, feather 1, wing, elbow, feather 3, then there'll be wing, elbow, feather 2, and that'll be the same all the way through. So that way I'll know what I'm clicking on. So that was getting kind of annoying. Thinking of naming conventions sometimes can be a bit much. Cause I have to think of something that I know if I look at it, it'll make sense to me later down the road, and I'll be able to decipher it. So I got the initial names right here, and then it breaks down into secondary names. This is all part of the elbow. There you go. All these three will be together. Oh, I had it right. Oh, yeah. What the fuck am I doing? There we go. Got shoulder. Shoulder. Elbow. And wrist. Okay. I'll put base. Naming conventions getting more complicated by a second, but it makes sense to me, I think. Shoulder, base, elbow, base, wrist, base. Yeah. Okay. This makes it easier when I have to whatever that name is, decimate it too, because if they had the same name it wouldn't decimate properly. It'd cancel the decimation. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Is there a... Oh, okay. I'm just tripping. I feel like there's a random orb just right here, and I was like, did I insert an orb and forget about it? A sphere and just like forget about it? I'd be doing shit like that sometimes. Hmm. Okay. Doesn't matter. I thought I was on lasso still. be like that. And it's smaller. Rotate it. That should do. Makes it easier to tell when I do that. When I switch it to the poly groups, I can see a color's name. Makes it easier to tell if I'm actually splitting it correctly or not. Then based off of if it's masked or not, you know? There we go. Definitely gotta bring up this secondary a bit more like that. There we go. Now it's starting to look the part. Yeah, it's starting to look more along the lines of what I want. Let's test something real quick. My bad. I mean, it does fix. Looks like it does kind of fix that problem I was getting. Oh, it fixed it. Actually, seems to correct itself whenever I increase the subdivision on it. I think that's why it's doing it that way. Yeah. Okay. Oop. I think it'll be fine.
Baby, that's what I've been
How's
waiting
it going,
for. That's what it's all
Wolf?
about.
How you doing today? Welcome, my narrators. Welcome, welcome. How'd your stream go? Name's Nick Saltius. I am 3 artists. Currently working on a Chimera Falin from Dungeon Meshi. If anyone's ever seen the anime, great show. It's also called Delicious in Dungeon. The English translation, Delicious Dungeon. It's going well. Working on the feathers right now and figuring out how I want to do the wings. And I think I'm getting to the point where I want, honestly. But overall, I think it's coming along really nicely. Currently, I just have the wings up. Let's see. And how'd your stream go? Where are you streaming? It's a little shout out for you here. There you go. Give a good follow. Laser Wolf here. Good friend of the stream. What were you playing today? For some reason, it's not showing what you played. Oh, you're going through Dark Souls? Ooh, fun. My favorite out of the ones were I'm still Bloodborne and Sekiro. Those are my 2 favorite ones. What are you thinking of it so far? Let me do a full reveal of what we got so far for those that are coming in, because all you see is just the portions. There we go. That's what I got so far. Making some progress. I'm currently working on the wings. They really do. I feel like there's a blight town in almost every single Dark Souls where it's like just in me now. Like in Elden Ring, you have that one area, I forget what it's called, but it's the area with like the toxic water and everything like that everywhere. And you pretty much just have to ride your horse through all of it, because if you step in the water, you start getting hurt. There's like that zone. Here's what color. I like working in gray for a while. It makes it easier to see everything and I don't get blinded by the colors. But how things are going so far. Looking good. Yeah, that's all that matters. As long as you're having a good time, you know? Could be worse. I need to replay through all the Dark Souls myself. It's been forever. I think I played Sekiro more than all the Dark Souls combined, to be honest. We just need a Sekiro 2. Doesn't necessarily have to be the same. Is it working for you? Is the streamer brain rot working in your favor, or is it just pain, torment? Suffering. Let me. Which one are you on right now? Is it Dark Souls 1? I don't know when to quit. I'll keep trying. Until I get it. It took me, what was it, 745? 747? Something like that. When I did Sekiro. That's how many deaths I had in that gameplay. I didn't have a counter for the other ones. I had a counter for that one. Are you gonna be going through like all the Souls-like games, like the From Software ones, and also the other company ones, like Liza P and stuff? That'd be a good list, to be honest. Nice. I still need to play Liza P for myself. It's on my list to buy. Like, there's games that I do want to buy, and that is definitely on the list. Y'all wondering, this is a feather brush I made for this project. So now I'm able to just bring in a feather whenever I need it. Really nice, very convenient. Make it once, don't have to make it again. I plan on using this feather brush for future stuff too. So I was like, I might as well make it into a brush so that way I can use it for future. And then I have like 2 different types of feathers. I have this one that I made, and then I have this one. You never know which one do what I use. Gotta work smarter, not harder. I think I will. I'm also kind of debating if I want to redo the hair for this character. So I'm not entirely happy with it. Nothing but facts. Straight truth. Gotta do transparency. Had to look up some like bird anatomy earlier today too, just to make sure I got the feather in correct when it comes to the wings. There we go. I split it off into multiple sections because it'll make it easier for whenever I actually pose it, because it's not going to be in this pose forever. I'm actually going to like stand it up on its hind legs and maybe move the wings around a little bit, add some life to the figure, and I'm going to make a base. I haven't decided on the base yet, but once I do, it's probably going to be like there's a scene where she's summoned like rock spikes from the ground. I might do something like that, you know, where it's like around surrounded by spikes. Maybe one of them is kind of crushed where the foot will be standing on. Like one foot would be up on the crushed spike, and then that's for the back legs. I haven't really decided what I'll do for the front legs. And then I'll position the wings kind of around it that way. I haven't like visualized how I generally want the statue to kind of look, but I haven't. And the tail, obviously, I'm gonna wrap it. Gonna put a curve to it. It's just easier whenever you're initially working to do everything like in a like I'm doing it symmetry, so that way whatever I do on one side we'll do on the other. And then once I break the symmetry is when the fun begins, because I gotta go in and fix the anatomy and all that stuff on both sides. Shouldn't be too big of an issue though. Not gonna really be able to see it because that's gonna be clipping a little bit. That's fine. The this bottom portion, it's really just a base, so I'll have like a something to place this on. It makes the brush easier. The brush that I'm using for making the feathers makes it easier to have a surface to pull it out on, because it's not gonna work if I try to pull that out in empty space, really. So by having this base here, I'm able to pull the feather out on it. I didn't even need to ask Wolf, what weapon are you going through with? Do you have a specific type that you like more than anything? Or are you challenging yourself and trying something a little off from your normal? There's another streamer by name of Magnus. He does whenever he did Dark Souls and stuff like that, he did what was called like a Belmont run, where he used the weapons that are closest to one of the Belmonts. Majority of them were like whips and stuff, but there are some that are just magic casters too, so that's how he kind of went through it, and he like themed it based off of that. He'll do an initial run of the game like using whatever weapons, and then he'll play it again and then use the do it as a Belmont run, It's pretty cool theme, honestly. I believe so. Let me look. Yeah, there are. I had to make sure I was thinking about the right thing. Yeah, there are. Dark Souls has 3. Dark Souls 2 also has them. And Dark Souls 3 has whips. I had to make sure that I wasn't thinking of something else. I remember there's a game that he played that he was like, I can't replay it because there is no whips in it. And it was Liza P. But yeah, there are whips in Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. I don't think there's any in Bloodborne though. Which is another one that doesn't have any. And of course there's none in Sekiro. I don't know if there's any in Elden Ring. Would have to look into that. You know, the funny thing is, I didn't even know for the longest that there were whips in the Dark Soul games, because it's like, I feel like they're hard to find, but you gotta know like specifically where to find them or something like that, because they don't just drop where it's like, oh, there's a whip. I don't remember ever really seeing them in my playthroughs, you know? But they're in there. They exist. They do indeed exist. I mean, second guessing myself for a second. And you're like, are there whips in there? I'm like, my memory is not that bad, is it? I swear there is. I swear he does Belmont runs with whips specifically in all the runs, all the Dark Soul games. It's been a while since I've seen him do it, so I was like second guessing myself. I was like, maybe it's like one of the Mandela effects, you know? Where it's like you believe something was the way it was, but everyone's like, no, it's always been this way. And you're like, no way. I was thinking I was gonna go through the whole Mandela effect again or something. Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. Get Mandela'd. We're split. Split mass. There we go. And I'll just take this. Kind of. Do believe I have to bring in these feathers a little bit more. That way they're overlapping each other. You had me in the first half. And change the mask into lasso. Do why? What's wrong with this? There we go. I just need to bring it down. That. Da-da-da-da. That looks better. Raw, so it's a science. I've been playing Grounded with my friends. Started yesterday for the first time. Well, they've played it before, and I finally pulled the trigger and I was like, you know, I guess I'll give it a try. I'll play it. And so far, I'm enjoying it. Okay. And then I kind of have just this row and then the final row right here. And then I need to do underneath. Pretty much the same thing. This top row and the secondary row. No, just the top row would be flipped. And then this portion right here wouldn't be. So I'm like debating if I want to just keep like this by itself, just do like a flip of the secondary row and that's it. But I have to see what it'll look like first, and then of course I'll get rid of this base portion in the center here because it's really just here to give me a line up. But I think it's looking pretty solid so far. And then I kind of just mirror and weld. Mirror and weld. That way it looks the same on both ends. And so if I hit the base right here, drop the base, it'll look like that. Which honestly looks really good once I get rid of the base. I just need to add the, I think honestly, once I flip this over and place the feathers in there, it should come out fine. I don't think I need to add another row underneath for the secondary. Just the primary flipped, and then probably leave the secondary alone, and it should be fine from there. We'll see. But other than that, it's come along really well for first time. It's my first time making dragon for one, and the first time doing like wings or bird or anything, because most of the time I just been doing like characters. The last character that I've done that was a monster was Spider, and that was like 4 years ago. They really are. But I think I'm getting for the first time of doing wings, I think I've got the hang of it, honestly. It's mostly just the feathers. It's very tedious. Feathers are very tedious. Tedious work. But I think it's coming along. I think the biggest thing that I'm trying to figure out is, which I'm probably gonna end up doing anyway, once I finish up the wings and stuff, then I'm gonna add feathers to portions of the body, because she does have feathers on portions of her body itself. Here, we're gonna bring in reference here. Y'all can see that. There we go. Share my desktop screen. But this is what I'm looking at right now, is how the wings are. But let's see. I have to add feathers to like portions of the body right here. But I'm mostly debating if I want to redo the hair, because I'm not really happy with the hair that I have so far. So once I finish up the body and everything like that, before I get to posing, I'll know for sure if I want to redo the hair itself, which I do think I'm going to do, and change the hairstyle a little bit. But these are all the images that I'm using for reference when I was making this character. I got like so many fan art images, actual images. I found this bird, found a random bird, and we got more. Yeah, it's a really good concept and design that I really like. And then there's more like dragon anatomy and stuff like that. Didn't really need this one too much, but it kind of helped with the legs and the arms more than anything else. So if you haven't seen it, Dungeon Meshi or Delicious Dungeon, really good show. And yeah, kind of making progress here. There we go. Yeah, what's his name? Shinji. Really bad with names, because I just remember Marcel, Laos, and Falin, and Chimlachuk. Those are the only names. Oh yeah, Senshi. Yeah, it is Senshi. And then I just got the new person recently, the cat girl. I forgot her name. She's new. I'm bad with names. She's new. They literally just introduced her like an episode or two ago, so don't pull out your pitchforks just yet. Yeah, those are the names of the other ones. Marcel is the black mage, well, the mage of the group. I'm not really gonna say black mage. She just studies magic, and she does know some black magic for reasons. Laos is the brother of the the character that I'm making right now, and he's obsessed with monster anatomy and all the other stuff. And Chimchuk, always mess up his name. He's the he's like the rogue or the thief of their group, because he's the one that's in charge of like the finding traps and mapping out areas and stuff like that. He's like the scout. He doesn't necessarily fight in this series so far. He's more of the, hey, there's a trap here, I'm gonna disarm it and stuff like that. He's like the guy that just helps with all that kind of stuff. He does know how to use like long range weapons and stuff like that, but I've only seen him use it like once in the whole series. That's the thing that I really like about Dungeon Meshi, is it's technically play on words whenever you do the translations of all the different translations for different regions that it is. It's play on words for Dungeons and Dragons, and the creator is a fan of Dungeons and Dragons, and so that's why everything kind of like matches the whole Dungeon and Dragon theme, because they like enjoy Dungeons and Dragons, and they also enjoy RPGs. So you have like your basic classes and stuff like that. In a way, they don't really say that they're these classes, but you can kind of tell by how they hold themselves off in the party and how they fill in empty roles in the group. Because Falin, who's the character I'm making right now, she was originally like their white mage in a way. Like she dealt with all the buffs and debuffs and healing and stuff like that for their party. And then Marcille, obviously she deals with all the like damage based attacks. She can do minor healing and stuff, but the funny thing is whenever she heals, it heals so fast and so rapidly that it causes more pain than what the actual injury is. So like if you break a bone and she heals you, you're gonna feel that broken bone 10 times worse for the initial heal. It'll fix, you'll get healed up, but you'll be in a lot of pain, which is funny. Because everyone's like, oh shit, she's gonna have to heal us. And they're like afraid of her healing them, because it's not her specialty. And I do like the whole concept of how the dungeons work and everything like that, but I can get more. I can talk for hours on that, and unfortunately we don't really have hours because I have to start heading out and get ready for work myself, unfortunately. But today's progress has been really well. Definitely making, honestly, I can see myself finishing this by the end of next week for sure, on my normal Monday through Tuesday 3 hours a day kind of stream. Monday through Wednesday 3 hours a day. I can see myself kind of finishing this by the end of next week or the week after next week, and then starting the next project. Honestly, I can't really say for sure just yet because remaking the hair is gonna take a while if I go that route. And then the posing, so I know I'll finish the wings tomorrow, and then I'll start adding the feathers to the body tomorrow, and then Wednesday would be finishing up the feathers on the body if I need to. And then it's going to be redoing the hair if I decide to go. I am gonna redo it. I just don't really like it too much. We'll see how it looks with the redo. And then I need to paint the face and everything like that before I break the symmetry, like add the skin tone and all that stuff, any makeup or anything like that if I want to do that. And then I'll pose it, and then I'll fix anything that got deformed during the pose, and it'll be done. That is the process of making a figure. And then I'll start my next project. Usually it takes about a month and a half to 2 months for me. When it comes to my projects. So. Always pretty good. We'll head on out from here. I really do appreciate one that came out today. I'll send us on over. Let's see. I really do like this quick filter thing that they got going on here. This is new. Makes looking for people 10 times easier.
Hey, how's it going? That's what it's all about.
How'd your stream go? We're just about to end stream too. I gotta start getting ready for work. A shout out here. How'd your stream go? I saw that you started like really early in the morning. You shout out here. What game were you playing before we head on out? Ah, got you. Cause I saw you like on early. I like woke up and I was like, oh, Grim is on. Like that's a little odd. Normally Grim streams in the evenings, not in the mornings. Welcome on in, Raiders. I'm Nick Saltius. Currently working on Falin, Chimera Falin from Dungeon Meshi. This is the progress that we got so far. I was working on the wings today, so I'll be working on the wings again tomorrow too to finish them up. You turn gray so it's easier to see everything too, but what we got so far, making some progress. Really liking how it's going so far. Ah, it was a special occasion. Gotcha. I never heard of Blood Hunt. Is that the vampire one? The battle royale with the vampires? Okay, yeah. I've heard of that. It sounds pretty fun. I haven't tried it out myself yet though. I've kind of like fell off of battle royales, I'll be honest. I've watched it, but I haven't really played it too much. I didn't know the game was still kind of going, to be honest. So I remember it was like all the rage back when it was first coming out, and then it kind of just died out. Like the hype of it died out, and I never heard of it again. So I didn't know the game was still like, you know, going strong. But yeah, I really do appreciate when it came out today, and all the raids from shout outs here again for the wonderful raiders that we had today. We had Mr. Grimm here with the lovely raid, and then we also had Laser Wolf here, another great streamer who also raided in today. Both great people. Oh, the devs are not working on it. That sucks. Definitely go and follow if you haven't already. Amazing streamers, amazing people. Laser Wolf's doing Dark Souls. Mr. Grimm does RP, and he's currently playing Blood Hunt, which is different, which is like a total flip from Red Dead RP. But he's also a variety streamer. Both variety streamers, both great people. We'll go ahead and head on out. I'm gonna raid on over to another streamer that's doing art right now. We'll head on over to Barway. they're working on 9S from near, which I need to do a model of 2B myself. So it just makes sense, you know, head on over to someone that's doing a project that I'll be doing in the future myself. Looks like they speak in both English and Russian. That's wild. I did notice that a lot of 3D artists that I've seen are like multi-language. You'll have like Russian and German and Japanese and stuff like that. I don't really see too many English ones, to be honest. But we'll head on over. I appreciate when they came out today. I'm Nick Saltius, and I'll be signing out. You have a wonderful day. Go ahead and start the raid here. Get on out of here. Have a wonderful day.
Altius, Nux Altius. How do I don't know this word if because I'm just starting. Oh, this well this being a hi. Hi. Good evening. I'm right. Have a evening right now. How about you, Nukes? How are you guys? What are you doing? What are you feeling?